drivers, anybody wanting to learn, passengers. It doesn't really matter wherever you are. If you're watching, welcome. I am Driverman, also known as Jose, and I hope you are staying warm if you're in a typically cold area at this time of the year, or that you are just enjoying whatever temperature you're at. Even if you're not warm, maybe you like being a little bit cold, who knows? I'm in Portland, so I'm just walking around live here in Portland, Oregon, outside of my sister and dad's place. I wanted to go for a little walk, and I figured I'd tell you about something that I saw in the news today. So, right now, apparently Eric Garcetti, the mayor of LA, is considering making it required that all the vehicles for Uber and Lyft, etc., in LA have to be electric vehicles. Now, this is something that they can mandate, and they are thinking about looking closely at mandating this because of the focus right now. It's just an idea. It's an idea at this point, but his focus is environmental issues. That's a central part of his focus, is what Mayor Eric Garcetti is saying. So this is something they're considering. Apparently what their target is by 2028, which is just 8 years away, for 80% of vehicle sales to be full electric. I don't know, that sounds really ambitious to me. I mean, it's going to be 2020 in just a few days. That's just 8 years away. To think about 8 out of 10 vehicles being electric that people buy it just sounds really ambitious to me. I don't know. You guys let me know what you think, but I don't see that happening. 8 out of 10 vehicles being purchased being electric in 8 years. That sounds a little far-fetched. And then by 2050, they're hoping to make it, hey, Davidson's here. They're going to, yeah, you can barely afford a car to choose this job as it is. By 2050, they're hoping to make it 100%. I don't know. That one seems a little bit more possible because that's only a 20% jump between 2028 and 2050. That's a 22 years difference versus jumping 80%. Then again, I don't know what it is now. Maybe it's already a high number now of electric vehicles in LA being purchased. I haven't really been tracking the sales. It's not really my job or my focus. But that's what they're shooting for. Now, of course, there is the other idea that, hey, why make them all electric? You know, one solution could be, if it's just a single rider, then have that be electric, because if everybody's just riding in an Uber by themselves, then of course that's a lot more cars on the road, creating much more emissions and bad gases for the environment. So that would kind of make more sense to just make those ones electric, and if you're in a shared ride, then that one, have that be, that one can be a regular car that burns gas, because that's an actual shared ride. So, okay, I think we're back. So for the, I guess the 2 people who are watching, I apologize. For some reason, I'm just doomed to have live streaming issues with my equipment. My phone decided to just randomly restart by itself, just, you know, for the heck of it. Hey, I think I'll just restart while you're doing a live stream. Why not? Anywho, I should be okay now, hopefully, until it decides to have a mind of its own again. But until then, if you want to join back in, then cool. And if you're watching this on the replay, I don't know if this will end up being split into 2 videos or not. It might still be in the same one, because it did say something about do you want to resume your last stream where you left off. So hopefully it's still on video. I'm not sure. I guess we'll see what happens. Anyways, not too cold here. It's not too bad. We were talking about electric vehicles and the ramifications of that. I think the last thing that I was talking about was we were talking about the idea of, instead of making them all electric, but the possibility of just having them be electric vehicles for just the single rider ride. So if you're just going to ride in an Uber by yourself, then that one you have to request an electric vehicle. But if you're riding with several people, then that one is okay to have a regular car, because that would be an actual shared ride and still reducing emissions by limiting the number of regular cars on the road because if there's like 5 people riding by themselves and they have to get an electric car, then that's 5 less regular cars spitting out those disgusting things into the ozone layer, of course. So that one would probably make a little bit more sense. Of course, there's the cost. As David Sincere, one of my viewers, was stating, yeah, I mean, they were talking about in the article, I'll include a link to it below after I finish this stream. They were mentioning how, oh, this could cause, an increase in cost for ridership. No, it won't. How would it cause an increase in cost for ridership? Because people are already using hybrid and electric vehicles as it is. It doesn't mean that Uber is going to charge a higher fare for the customers if they're riding in your electric vehicle. No, they're not going to pay more. You're not going to make more money just because you're an electric vehicle. Unfortunately, it doesn't work that way. They don't care. It's not their car, and they're not paying for it. It's going to be up to you. So if they require it to where everybody has to have an electric vehicle, then it's just going to be up to the drivers. They're just going to have to get that themselves. So either if they don't have a car, like maybe they're about to be a new Uber or Lyft driver and they don't have a car, they have to get one, then they're actually going to have to buy a much more expensive one than they thought they would, of course. The other scenario would be somebody who has a car and doesn't have a car payment at the moment. They own their car free and clear, but it's not an electric vehicle. Now they're going to have to shell out and either buy one in cash if they happen to just have thousands of dollars laying around, which if they do, wow, I don't know why they'd be doing rideshare. They're probably well-off millionaires, entrepreneurs. Or just get a loan and then have to take on that new cost of having a car payment. Or if they have a regular car that they're currently financing, then they would have to upgrade that. They'd have to trade it in and get a much more expensive electric vehicle. Now, the increase in cost could either be impossible or possible. The reason being, Rick Reviews, yo, what's up, buddy? The reason being, because like, let's say you're financing a car, right? And you're making your big monthly payments on it, and but you happen to be upside down. For those of you who don't know what that means, when you're upside down in a car, it just means that what you owe to the bank is more than what the damn car is worth. So let's say you owe 15 grand in your car, but the car's only blue books at like 10,000. Then that's an extra 5,000 in whatever dealership you're at that you're trying to buy another car at. Trying to get you a loan is a little bit more difficult because they're not going to give you what you owe, of course. That's not smart business. They're going to give you what it's worth. So they're going to give you the 10,000, and so that extra 5,000, that still need to be paid. So what they would have to do is put that onto the new loan of the electric car that you're buying. So if you're buying an electric car that's 30 grand, now instead of financing 30 grand, you're gonna have to finance 35 grand if they can make that happen. Somebody who qualifies for 30 grand might not qualify for 35 grand. It's all up to the bank, how good their credit is and all that. So it might not even be possible to take that car in on trade. So you might be stuck with that car, and then you would actually have to just buy a second car and then have 2 car payments. But who can really afford to do that? I mean, it's bad enough having 1 car payment and then struggling to make ends meet as a Uber, Lyft driver, or Grubhub driver, DoorDash driver, whatever. Somebody who does that for a living can't normally afford 2 freaking car payments. I mean, they're barely making it by as it is. So that person would be screwed, I guess. They would have to do something else other than Uber. Yeah, so that'd be the situation. Or if they could, let's just say they could get financed for the 35 grand or the whatever it is, great. But then they have to, pay much higher payment. The question is, can they afford it? So if they're currently, paying $300 a month, and then the dealership is able to take their vehicle in on trade, and then you have that much bigger loan that you're paying on. So now instead of $300 a month, your car payment would be, I don't know, $580 a month, maybe more. The question is, can you afford that? Or maybe you can, but then instead of working, driving, say maybe 60 freaking hours a week, you'd have to drive like freaking 100 hours a week just to afford that new car payment. So that's, those would be some of the ramifications if this was to actually start to happen. So if if Eric Garcetti and the rest of Los Angeles decide to, hey, let's go ahead and make this a requirement, mandated for sure, a law, then yeah, it's going to be difficult. It's going to be, a big screw to a lot of current drivers, because they either won't be able to do it, or they're just going to be that much more squeezed as far as being freaking choked financially. So, I mean, it would be greener, less pollution in the world. I mean, that's always good, but screwing over drivers in the wake of that is no bueno. So, yeah, nuts, guys. What do you guys think? Do any of you guys drive a hybrid car, an electric vehicle? I don't. I just drive a regular, I just drive a Civic, but it gets really good gas mileage. But of course, yeah, I'm still technically polluting the world by driving it around. But I don't have a car payment because it's paid off. So that would suck, I definitely would not go back to working for, well, I probably wouldn't drive for Uber anyway. I used to get $30 a week extra for my plug-in hybrid. They did away with that. Okay, Rick Reviews. That's cool that you got a hybrid. So you're getting good gas mileage, and then they used to give you extra money a week for that, but not anymore. Yeah, I guess they would have to at least provide some kind of incentive, right? Like if they said, okay, from now on, you're required to have an electric vehicle if you want to be an Uber driver, but here's the catch. We're going to give you, $150 a month for doing that, for contributing to the environment, to make it greener. That would be nice, right? And then that would help to pay, the extra car payment, or, whatever new car payment that you had. That'd be at least, something, but still you'd be paying more either way. So there's always that give and take. Yes, of course, everybody wants to not, be a contributant to polluting the world. Everybody wants to help, make our air fresher. I mean, who wouldn't? Yes, I'd love to have cleaner, fresher air, especially in LA. We would love to, be somebody who can make a difference with that. But I mean, we can't shoot ourselves in the foot either. So kind of a tough call, just like anything else in freaking politics, right? So, what are you guys up to today? Are you guys driving? I'm still here in Portland, just, chilling. Gonna be a relaxing day. Last night, I went and visited my brother and his wife. I know for Big Sweat in San Francisco, they offered me extra money for a ride for events. Uber would look good. Okay, yeah, of course, Rick Reviews. Uber doesn't mind looking good. They love looking good. Yeah. Yeah, just chilling today. I'm going to. We visited my brother and his wife last night, and my niece had a nice dinner. Go Donnie in the house, Mr. 1K subscriber club. What's up, buddy? Yeah, it was cool. We had a nice dinner. We had like ham and Go Donnie com, exactly. And let's see, we had rice, black beans, and this like big cake because it was my dad's birthday a few days ago. So my little brother brought him a birthday cake, and we sang him happy birthday. That was pretty cool. And then had a few beers and went home. I'm looking forward to Tuesday though, so I can get really, really drunk. Yeah, I'll drink a lot of beer on Tuesday. Or I don't know, maybe we'll get some rum and mix it with eggnog. We're not really sure, but yeah. Anywho, I think I pretty much covered the topic. Come on, man. Go Donnie. Yes, come on, man. What are you doing there, Donnie? Come on, man. I know you've been going live lately. I think I barely caught the end of one as you were finishing it, or maybe having technical difficulties. But I hope to catch a future one a little bit longer. It's cool. It's cool to watch you talk. Anyhow, I think I pretty much covered the topic. I'm burning daylight here, so I think I'm gonna go ahead and end this one here. But I hope that you guys are enjoying the final days of 2019 and are optimistic about going into the new decade. And here we go. Just gonna keep on pumping these out, pumping out videos. I might even start a new channel next year. Who knows? I've got a couple ideas. This is for a second channel. We'll see. I'll let you know if that happens. Stay tuned. And stay warm, hot chocolate. Enjoy your presents, whatever ones that you got. And you can always give late ones. If you haven't gotten, your friends and relatives any presents yet, you can always get them now that's, with those after Christmas sales. That's okay. Go ahead and buy them now that they're on discount, and then you can get your friends better presents. Thanks so much for the shout out. Can't wait to see you again too. Rick, happy 2020. Yeah. No worries, Go Donnie. All right. Will you guys enjoy your weekend? Today's Saturday. Yes, it is. Enjoy your weekend. Make some money Saturday night. This is the night, baby. Whether you're doing Uber or food delivery, get it. Go for it. Boom. Do it, baby.